Varying forms of Africa's matrilineal system have been observed throughout the continent, producing powerful women and rightful female heirs to the throne. Africa has seen numerous royal lines of queens who ruled and even fought in battle. The Kandaki queens of Kush immediately come to mind. But nowhere in Africa have we observed a matrilineal system in which one kingdom is exclusively ruled by an entire dynasty of queens. A legacy so intriguing that Marvel themselves couldn't resist. The Rain Queens of Southern Africa. What up, African world? It's Home Team here, and I'm back at it with another video of African history, culture, and worldview. And remember, if you want access to sources, courses, exclusive videos, or you simply want to support the Home Team, you can do so on patreon.com. The link is in the description box below. Today, we're going to talk about the Rain Queens of South Africa. The legacy of the Rain Queens is precious to the continent. When it comes to female rulers, you need not look any further. There is no African kingdom in history that exclusively produced women rulers. In fact, it was mandated that males couldn't even inherit the throne at all. The history of the Rain Queens is so interesting that it caught the attention of Marvel, as a storyline for the Marvel character Storm was influenced by these African women, but we'll get into that later. So what exactly is the origin of this all-female royal dynasty? Well, to begin with, the Rain Queens were called Mujaji, and they were of the Balavedu people hailing from the Limpopo province of South Africa. Ironically, the ancestors of these queens didn't come from South Africa but further north in Zimbabwe. The dynasty of the Mujaji originates with a Shona princess from the Monomotapa Empire. There are two stories from African oral history that tell us how she became the ancestor of the Rain Queens. The first story is that a great sin was committed within the Monomotapa Empire, in which the people blamed the princess, demanding that she be killed. For some semblance of retribution, the princess asked her father for rainmaking powers and permission to flee further south into South Africa. The second story is that the Shona princess of Monomotapa committed the great sin, and the people were going to kill her, but her father intervened, so he gave his daughter the power of rainmaking and told her to head south. Whatever the exact details were, the young princess suffered from the ills of society and left home to create her own kingdom in which she can now shape her destiny and the destiny of her descendants. Thus, a strict matrilineal system was born for the Balavedu people, producing a line of queens in which only the firstborn female can inherit the throne. Marvel was apparently fascinated by this history and decided to include Storm herself in this historical narrative. Marvel's Storm is said to descend from one of the Rain Queens of the past through her ancestor Aisha, inheriting the power to manipulate weather. Thus, the matrilineal power of Storm came from the Mujaji, the Rain Queens of Africa. The Rain Queens are believed to have inherited special powers that include the ability to influence nature, specifically the clouds and rain. Their duty is to preside over the annual rainmaking ceremony at the royal compound. Storm herself embodied the power of the Mujaji when she commanded rain to fall in a village in Tanzania, continuing the tradition of her ancestors. She is considered to be one of the most powerful mutants in the Marvel Universe, and a testament to the legacy of the Mujaji. Not only did the Mujaji garner the respect of Marvel, but they were also highly respected by the many African rulers in the region. The Mujaji were so sacred that they were not even allowed to appear in public, and they only spoke to their people through a royal intermediary. Even during colonial intrusion, successive Rain Queens kept their authority and respect intact. The Rain Queens were so highly praised that Shaka Zulu himself is said to have asked for their blessing. The mystery behind the Mujaji may never really be fully understood, but it's interesting how an African princess, when given her freedom, can induce such a strong legacy for the continent. and even influenced the minds of 21st century people in popular culture. Well, I'm all out, guys. If you like this video and would like more, you can support Home Team on patreon.com. The link is in the description box below. Know thyself. Remember your ancestors. Peace.